What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Peace to the people that's going to come in the building. 747 24/7 361 degrees. Shout out to my 1221s. I love you. You love me. Me is we. Alrighty, let's start this off.
747 24/7
What up?
Yo, 1 2 1 2. Yo, this Lazarus. Yeah. Avis on beat. Check it. Ah. A couple seconds to blow. I'm a ticking bomb. I got this pen in my palm, like I'll be writing songs. My brain and computer. I'm hoping.
Shout out to everybody coming in the building.
Focus on getting this weight up. A hustle strong. Yeah, you can feel the force. I upgraded the Terminator. No time is force. Work my cheddar up. Chick said I'll weather up. You know where it's gonna up. I'm getting money, but it ain't enough. Never stop. I'm on my grind.
What up, y'all?
To the top and it ain't no lie. I keep on shining. They wonder why. I'm on the time like a 9 to 5. In this society, never perpetrated the minute. I was taking
Peace to
all these
everybody
losses,
going to come in the
just
building.
waiting to win it. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I hit the block.
What up?
Knowing I'm winning. I'm in a safe.
State your name, put it in the comment section.
I'm at the ball spending money and winning. I threw the deuces on them with 'cause I'm winning. I'm winning, cracking the safe and grinning.
What up?
For prison, still making money and winning. I'm bobbing, puffing weed and popping. Talk gossip, still making moves and
Shout out to all the Messiah Code
I'm
All-Stars.
working, I killed the block, man, I'm perfect. On purpose, you bring the bras and the flirt. I'm waiting, cause these niggas was hating. You hate cause you always was faking. Shoot 'em down, I'm at the range. Hit the mall, I cop the chain. Got a collar chick that give me brain. You gasoline, I'm propane. Money so long and I'm getting these racks. If I drink it and roll, we taking the back. I'm popping these willies, I'm
Shout
leaving
out
it
to
back.
Miss LaUnca in the building.
I'm winning casinos, I'm shooting the craps. Winning.
What up?
747 24/7
Shout out to everybody that's going to come in the building.
Yo, this Lazarus. Yeah. A rush on the beat. Check it. Ah. A couple seconds to blow. I'm a ticking bomb. I got this pen in my palm, like I'll be writing songs. My brain and computer. I'm hoping you prosper.
I'm definitely about to have fun.
Focus on getting this weight up. A hustle strong. Yeah, you can feel the muscle. Up in the Terminator. No time to work my cheddar up.
I'm doing the invites right now. Pardon me, right? Pardon me. I'm doing these invites. Shout out to Angela. What's up? Shout out to everybody in the building. What up, Why Negro? What up?
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I hit the block, baby, knowing I'm winning. I'm in it. Lord knows that I'm winning. I'm at the ball spending money and winning.
All right. So
I'm winning, cracking the safe and grinning. For prison, still making money and winning. I'm bobbing, puffing weed.
I'm almost done the invites. I'm almost done the invites, y'all. Hold up.
I killed the block, man, I'm perfect. On purpose, you bring the bras and the flirt. I'm waiting, cause these niggas is hating. You hate cause you always was faking. Shoot 'em down, I'm at the range. Hit the mall, I cop the chain. Got a collar
I'm feeling
chick that
real
give me
good
brain.
today.
Gasoline, I'm propane. Money so long and I'm getting these racks. By clicking and follow me, taking the Mac. I'm popping these willies, I'm leaning it back. I'm winning casinos, I'm shooting the craps. Winning.
Alrighty. What up, party people? What up? So I'm doing these invites. So as you know, I think y'all saw the title of this. It's called The Cinderella Story, or If the Shoe Fits, The True Cinderella Story. Hopefully y'all got that. What up? Let me set this up. Yeah, it's called If the Shoe Fits, the True Cinderella Story. Let me cut this down a little bit. I know it's kind of bumping. But yeah, it's called If the Shoe Fits, the True Cinderella Story. Peace to everybody that's coming in the building. Alright. It's definitely about to be a beautiful, 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 beautiful build. That's all I can say. If the shoe fits, ooh. If the shoe fits, the true Cinderella story. Woo, 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 wee. Oh man. Shout out to everybody in the watch party. Shout out to everybody that's just watching. Shout out to all the trolls in the building. Shout out to you too. I love you long time. This shout out to you. Yo, shout out to Jaffa. Jaffa said he got some rappers. Okay, that's what's up. Well, if you got some rappers, Jaffa, I got some beats for you. Got some hot beats. So yeah. So I think I'm almost ready. I think I'm almost ready for the build. I'm almost ready for the build. If the shoe fits. If the shoe fits. The true Cinderella story. The Cinderella la 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 story. Yeah. If the shoe fits. So it's about to go hard. Peace to everybody. Peace to Facebook. Peace peace to Facebook. Peace to all the primes. Okay. So I think people realize I wasn't playing the God of War. Shout out to Akshita Vita. What's up? Shout out to Akshita Vita, the general. What up? Yeah. Shout out to Miss LaUnc. Shout out to all the Messiah Code All-Stars. It's a beautiful thing. That's all I gotta say. So wow. Can I start the build? Can I start the build? Yes or no? I think I'm almost ready. I'm almost ready. Give me like 30 more seconds. About 30, 45 more seconds. And I'll be ready for the build. Peace to everybody that's gonna come in. I love you long time. Hopefully y'all can hear me clear. If you can hear me clear, that's what's up. Shout out to Jaffa in the building. He said I'm about to post his song. Alright, that's what's up, Jaffa. We gonna get up on the music. That'd be cool. Shout out to Akshita Vita, the general. Hopefully she got some bars in the background. Hopefully y'all ready for this presentation. If the shoe fits. Oh man, the true Cinderella story. Woo 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 wee. I'm riding the wave right now. Shout out to the goddess. Shout out to the goddess coming in the building. Yeah, I'ma just ride the wave on this one. I'm feeling real good. I think I'm almost ready. I said give me 30 more seconds. I don't know if I was on Negro time or what. It is what it is. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for it. They'll say Lamel. Ooh, if the shoe fits, the true Cinderella story. Where you about to go with this? This is going to be one of the hottest builds ever. This is going to be a classic This right here, this one right here is gonna be a classic. That's the only thing I gotta say to y'all. This one right here is gonna be a classic. A classic. Shout out to Satoria, the moon goddess in the building. What's up? Shout out to all the people that can hold water. Shout out to Miss Shanita. What's up? Shout out to Ray. What's up? Shout out to brother Jason, man. Y'all people coming in here. What up? I think we ready for the build. We ready to get it in. What's up, DeMacy? I see you in here. Shout out to everybody, man. I love y'all, man. 747 24/7. 361 degrees. Shout out to the people in the watch party. Shout out to the people on the live feed. Yeah. What up? What up? All right. I think I'm ready for the build. You said here for the you said Firestone. What's up? Shout out to Jason. What's up? Shout out to Timothy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Akshita Vita, the general. Shout out to Miss LaOnk, holding down California. Shout out to you if you in the building. All right. Shout out to Miss Goddess. Grand rising to the family. Alrighty. Shout out to brother Timothy. Alrighty. So you ready? Y'all ready for this build? Alrighty. Hopefully y'all ready for this build. Alrighty. Let's go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, gods and goddesses, kings and queens, emperors and empresses. Without further ado, let's get down to the build. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. All right, so the name of this build is called If the Shoe Fits, the True Cinderella Story. The True Cinderella Story. So I'm going to start this build off and give praise to the goddesses, through trial and tribulation. No matter what, you are somebody's Cinderella. No matter what trial and tribulation that you go through, you are somebody's Cinderella, honey. All right? Don't worry about it. Okay? You are somebody's Cinderella. You don't got to have $1 million to be, whatever. You are somebody's Cinderella. All right? You got a king waiting for you, bringing you from rags to riches, honey. And the greatest riches that you can have is real love. It's just happiness and good love, man. If y'all sisters want to know, for real, for all the Cinderellas in here, because, one of the objectives of a Cinderella is to just come up on money. It's just the money come up. Remember, go to Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. That's another 131. Proverbs 31, chapter 10. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. All right. It's another 131, and it busts that down. All right. Shout out to Amina. What's up, sister? Shout out to everybody coming in the building. All right. So this is called, like I said, the title of this is called If the Shoe Fits, the True Cinderella Story. Stick around for the crown, please. Stick around for the crown. All right. So now, like I said, okay, let's go. Let's start this off. Let's start this off, y'all. All right. All right, we're going to go to Matthew. We're going to go to Matthew 3:11, right? Thank you. The virtuous wife, the virtuous woman. That's Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. All right. That's a 131. We're going to give y'all another 131 on here. All right. The 131 on this one, the 3:11 on this. Indeed, I baptize you with water into repentance, but it's he that cometh, or she that cometh, that's after me, that's mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. and she shall baptize, or he shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire. All right. I had to make a correction on this, just to let y'all know a Messiah doesn't have a gender. Okay. A Messiah doesn't have a gender in reference to whether it's a male or female. All right. So I will fix that for y'all if y'all want to know. I'll put he or she in there so y'all have that. So y'all will know that, a Messiah can be a male or female. All right. So if the shoe fits, wear it. If the shoe fits, wear it. Literally. So I'm fixing that. I'm correcting that right now. All right. I'm correcting that right now. If the shoe fits, wear it. My fault. Yeah, I'm correcting that. So it comes now hopefully y'all got that. Y'all got the 311 on that. Y'all got the 311. Indeed, I baptize you with water into repentance, but she or he that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I'm not worthy to bear. She or he shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire. All right. This is what we talking about here. All right. So if the shoe fits, wear it. If the shoe fits, wear it. Because this man, John the Baptist, literally said, man, yo, I can't even tie this person's shoes. It's just like how great this person is. All right. So yeah, if the shoe fits, wear it. All right. Let's move forward. All right. So now we'll do this. We'll do this, right? We'll do this for y'all. And we'll go to this is Luke chapter 3:16. All right. So hopefully y'all can see this clear. It says, and John answered unto them, and to them all, indeed I baptize you with water, but it's one that it cometh that is mightier than I cometh, the latchet of whose shoes I am not worthy to unloose. And he shall baptize you, or she shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire. All right. Hopefully y'all seen that too. All right. That's the 3:16. And remember the 3:16 so happens to be the 361 degrees. All right. But if you go into Revelations 3:16, those are the wishy-washy people. Those are the people that are lukewarm. All right. So it switches up because remember, when Moses came down, he came down with 613 commandments. All right. Which is another 361 degrees. All right. So these are levels of knowing the 361 degree code or sequence within the codex. All right. Shout out to everybody coming in. All right. So y'all ask me, well, what does this have to do with Cinderella? Well, what does this have to do with Cinderella, Lamel? All right. Well, I'm going to tell you what this has to do with Cinderella. All right. Again, it's somebody's whose shoes I'm not worthy to bear. Now, this is for y'all, man. I know all y'all trying to be great and trying to walk in the next man's shoes, but why don't you just try to make footsteps of your own? All right. Real talk. That's the only thing I can say. I know everybody is trying to walk in great men or great women's shoes, but why don't you just make footsteps of your own? All right. Footsteps of your own. That's the basic thing I can tell y'all. All right. So now you go to sin, right? And let's talk about sin in reference to what does this have to do with anything? Sin, Cinderella, whatever. What does this have to do with anything? All right. All right. A sin is an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. All right. That is a sin. Now, I don't know where y'all get this from, whatever, y'all don't know. But sin is an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. All right. So it doesn't matter what God deity you represent. A sin is an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. All right, divine principles. That's what sin truly is. All right, so whatever Godhead that you are connected with, we talking about an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. All right, so we can break down divine law, and I'm gonna break down divine law in here. All right, so now they name a woman sin for real. They name woman a sin for a reason. All right, not just because the fact that sin actually is a deity in Saudi Arabia, which represents Ishtar or Isis. It was another name for Isis, but they link sin with a woman because the things that women do to get money. All right, the things that women do to get money. Now, all y'all women, I don't want to bust y'all bubble, but everybody knows coochie is for sale, literally. Everybody knows, I mean, from whatever culture that you in, everybody knows that the coochie is for sale, literally. All right. So sin is an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. Coochie is not for sale. All right. That is a transgression against divine law. It is not for sale, ladies and gentlemen, gods and goddesses, kings and queens, emperors and empresses. But we know, as an elephant in a room, of discussion, an elephant room in discussion, we know coochie is for sale, literally. All right. So, yeah, in some sort of ways, they always appealed to women. And that's why it was connected to the word being sin. Sin. All right. Or Cinderella. All right. So I'm going to bust this down in reference to this. Okay. I'm going to bust this down in reference to what I'm talking about with this. All right. So, yeah. So we know about Cinderella. We know about the come up. We know everybody has their come up in some sort of way. Everybody has a come up story about how they came up in the game. All right. We know that everybody has a come up story of how they came up in the game. All right. Everybody has a Cinderella in their hood. Everybody has a Cinderella in their hood. All right. So that's an important thing to know too, where you stand at in this. What are you willing to do or willing to be a Cinderella? All right. Because, it's a doggy dog world out there, ladies. That's the only thing I can tell you. It's literally a doggy dog world out there. And, you got to ask yourself, well, what am I willing to do? What am I willing to do to become a Cinderella? Am I willing to be, it's so much temptation out here for ladies, in reference to, what they can do to take care of themselves or how they can take care of themselves. Or, it's so much temptation out here for a lady. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? So we know what is sin. Sin is what? Sin is what? It's an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. Against divine law. All right. So, yeah, this is all I got to say. Y'all women in here, keep it sacred. Keep it, your box and whatever is part of you is sacred, And if you giving it away for free, you're not giving it away for free. You're giving it away. It's priceless. You're giving it away to somebody that deserves it. All right. And that's not for free because that person is priceless to you. All right. But, it's temptation for a sister out here in a certain sort of way, to become a Cinderella from rags to riches. From rags to riches, it's temptation out here. It's sin. It's really Cinderella for real. It's really Cinderella to the point where as though, a lot of sisters, that, I'm not knocking nobody for your hustle. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not here to judge anybody. All right. Just to let y'all know, I'm not here to judge anybody. If y'all want to be real about it, I keep it real with y'all. I keep it real with y'all 100. My mom was a prostitute for over 30 years of my life. So don't be sitting here acting like I'm not part of the family, yo. Don't act like I'm not part of the family. I know what prostitution is about. I know my mom was a prostitute for over 30 years of my life, getting high on crack cocaine. All right. So I'm going to keep it real, not being bashful of anything. All right. Just keeping it real with y'all sisters. Just to keep it real. It ain't no shame in the game. It ain't no shame in the game. But I'm telling y'all, this is a real Cinderella story. This ain't no fake Cinderella story. All right, this is a real Cinderella story that I'm going to give y'all, ladies. I'm not going to give y'all this type of Cinderella story. I'm going to give y'all a real Cinderella story in this build if y'all stick around for the crown. All right, I'm not going to give y'all a fake Cinderella story. I'm going to give y'all a real Cinderella story. All right, so yeah, let me continue on this build. Yeah, for real, I'm not going to give y'all a fake Cinderella story. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give y'all a real Cinderella story to just connect all the dots on here. All right, so before I talk to y'all Cinderellas, right? All the Cinderellas on the come up, right? I gotta tell y'all about a couple things, right? We gotta talk about a couple things. We gotta have a basic discussion about a couple things for all the Cinderellas. We gotta have a little talk, all right? And hopefully, you know, we still friends. We still friends after this. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we still friends after this, all right? So we get to clear the air out. We get to clear the air out, all right? I love y'all. Shout out to Miss LaUnc. Shout out to everybody in the watch party. Shout out to everybody on the live feed. All right? So, yeah. So let me talk about this real quick. Real quick, all right? We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about different mental illnesses that different people have, whether it be brothers or sisters, different illnesses that people have that they come to the community with, all right? And these will be what we would consider to be the 7 deadly sins or the 7 planes of reality, okay? We're going to touch it, or the 7 days of the week, okay? So now the first thing we're going to talk about for all the brothers and sisters, what people come to the community with that they don't admit is this, is a bipolar disorder. All right. Now, this is important when I'm talking about this in reference to Cinderella. So get this. All right. So, you know, being stuck in the house, you sitting back as a Cinderella, or being stuck in poverty, a lot of times the things, all the stress that builds up, it makes you have a bipolar disorder in some sort of way. All right. So a bipolar disorder is previously known as manic depression. All right. It's a mental disorder that causes periods of depression and periods of abnormal elevated mood. All right. The elevated mood is significant and is known as mania, hypomania, depending on its severity or whether symptoms of psychosis are present. All right. So we're going to talk about bipolar disorder. All right. I know it's a lot of people with bipolar disorder. All right. That don't want to admit that they have this. Now, this is not a joke. Be saying, you know how people be like, I'm bipolar. And they say it like a joke. That's not a joke. That's a mental illness. All right. That is a mental illness. And that is not a joke. Please, you know, take time. Take time. And if you really need some help, get some help. You know, and if you got family that's trying to help you, let the family reach out and help you, sister. So you don't become a Cinderella, a fake Cinderella. This is, you know, a fake Cinderella in a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I mean that. You be a real Cinderella. All right? I mean that. So that's important. So bipolar disorder. Okay? So that will tap into your greed in some sort of way. Yeah, the bipolar disorder, it will tap into your greed. You know, thank you, Miss LaUnc, for putting that in the what's the name? In the watch party. But yeah, like these things can trigger certain things inside you, like greed. You know, you not normally a a greedy person. But like just being stressed out and going through certain things and having a mental illness of bipolarism, or a psychosis of bipolar disorder, you gonna take this out on people in a certain sort of way, and maybe not be a good type of person that you really need to be in the community. All right. So let's talk about another thing. All right. Another mental illness that's, prevalent in the community that people need to just get. That greed becomes a mental illness also. All right. I'm going to talk about the seven. I'm going to talk about the seven deadlies, but I'm going to connect this with mental disorders also. All right. So now let's talk about this one. Borderline personality disorder. This is a deep one. Borderline personality disorder. For all the sisters and brothers that come to the table with this, all right? This one's deep right here. Borderline personality disorder. Which is called BDP. You down with the BDP? You down with BDP? So also known as emotionally unstable personality disorder, which is EUPD. All right, it's a long-term pattern of abnormal behavior characterized by unstable relationships with other people, unstable sense of self, and unstable emotions. There is often dangerous behavior of self-harm. People may also struggle with a feeling of emptiness and a fear of abandonment. Symptoms may be brought on by seemingly normal events. The situation, substance abuse, depression, and eating disorders are commonly associated with BDP. Up to 10% of the people affected die by suicide. This is deep. Now, if y'all want to know something that is deep, borderline personality disorder is one of the deepest ones that I saw, man. When I looked this up, and I'm just looking up certain personality disorders, because you got to think about it. Just being a spokesperson or prime minister of our community, you know what I mean? I run into different people that come along, and different people, they don't want to admit they have mental disorders. They don't want to admit that they have mental disorders. And one of the main mental disorders of people that I deal with is borderline personality disorder. All right. So I will read that symptom. I will read the symptoms of borderline personality disorder. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm not getting on you. I'm not making fun of you. I'm not saying nothing. This is not nothing like that. All right. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs help. If you need help, the only way you're going to get help is if you're willing to get it. If you're willing to get help, then you will get help. All right, I'm serious. If you're not willing to get help, then you're not going to get help for what you need help for. So that's important. That's very important, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't got no problem with that. I have no problem with what's going on in your life. But borderline personality disorder is something that is common in the community. And, it's common with people that that are part of that, coming a part of something new, where they want to become part of something new, but they don't know how to become part of something new because they have a mental illness and they don't know how to deal with it. So, I'm here for y'all, man. You can burn your bridge with me still. Don't think you can't burn your bridge with me. You can't blame this on your mental illness. All right. Y'all still conscious of what y'all got going on in your life. All right. All I'm saying is just I'm here for y'all. And we here for y'all. All right. So, yeah. So let me continue on. Borderline personality disorder. That was a deep one. All right. So that can tap into your pride. Borderline personality disorder can tap into your pride, ladies and gentlemen. Gods and goddesses, kings and queens, emperors and empresses. It can actually tap into your pride. You don't even know whether you should be around a community or not. You don't even know you should be around people that want to be there for you, that want to help you, that want to love you. that want to do things for you. You don't know because you got the pride. But all of this is part of your borderline. It's part of your borderline personality disorder. And like it says, borderline personality disorder, also known as emotionally unstable personality disorder, is a long-term pattern of abnormal behavior characterized by unstable relationships with other people, unstable sense of self, and unstable emotions. All right, there is often dangerous behavior of self-harm. People may also struggle with the feeling of emptiness and fear of abandonment. Symptoms may be brought on by seemingly normal events. All right, the behavior typically begins by early adulthood and occurs across a variety of situations. Substance abuse, depression, and eating disorders are commonly associated with BDP. Up to 10% of the people affected die by suicide. And that's deep. That is deep. That is deep. This is all this deals with depression though. All this is connected with depression, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real. The what is connected with this Cinderella is depression. All right. So that's what I'm saying in reference to you becoming a Cinderella or a Cinderella. You feel me? Listen. So yeah, that can connect with your pride. All right. So let's talk about another one, man. This one's deep too, right? This one's called agoraphobia. Agoraphobia. Now, agoraphobia is deep. This is deep. This is so deep. It's an anxiety disorder. It's connected with depression, but it's an anxiety disorder. All right. It's characterized by symptoms of anxiety in situations where a person perceives their environment to be unsafe with no easy way to escape. All right. These situations can include open spaces, public transit, shopping centers, or simply being outside of their home. All right. Being in these situations may result in a panic attack. The symptoms occur nearly every time the situation all right, nearly every time the situation has occurred the last for more or than 6 months. All right, my fault. Those affected will go to great lengths to avoid these situations. Severe cases, people may become completely unable to leave their homes. That's deep right there. Agoraphobia. Agoraphobia. So agoraphobia is deep. Is a deep one too, man, because people, they don't even leave their homes. They get so stuck. They make their own home a prison. They literally make their own home a prison, and they can't go outside of their home, or they can't go outside of their own, their own thing of thinking they are right. All right. They can't, go amongst the public. They can't, express their stuff out in the public, and then the public judges them in some sort of way, and they can't take the criticism. All right. So yeah, this is deep. If the shoe fits, you can wear it. I have no problem with it. But, we have to know how to be better people. Be better people. So agoraphobia is people that stay in the house, man. Get out of the house. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out to a community of people that love you. People that want to be with you. People that want to do things for you. People that want to associate with you in some sort of way. Don't be afraid. That's agoraphobia, man. Get out of your house, man. Do different things and become better. And, it'll be what it needs to be, all right, in life. All right. So that right there can tap into your lust. You say, really? Your lust? Because I'm going to tell you this. The reason why it can tap into your lust in some sort of way, agoraphobia, because, somebody has to draw you out in some sort of way instead of you coming out your own way. Everything is in your home. You put everything that you desire in your home so you won't go outside. All right. or explore the world, and that's not cool because it makes you lazy in some sort of way. It builds up a fear of connecting with other people. It does certain things. So we are not righteous in our own sense. We are righteous amongst the community where we are judged amongst our peers. All right. So be centered, but also be connected with the people that you need to be connected with in a community that loves you. All right. And that doesn't lust you, because a woman sometimes doesn't know the difference, or a man doesn't know the difference between lust and love. All right. So let's go. Let's move forward. All right. So another I wanted to talk about this in reference to Cinderella. This is Rhodopis. All right. Rhodopis is basically, this is one of the stories where they got the Cinderella story from. But I'm gonna tell you, they didn't really get the Cinderella story from Rhodopis. All right. It actually comes from Isis. All right. It's not Rhodopis. It's actually Isis, who is the real Cinderella, or Sin or Nana. She's the real Cinderella. All right, of the throne. I will explain that in this video. I'm going to explain that further in this video. All right. So, yeah. So, y'all can look that up at y'all discretion. I'm going to just keep on building. All right. And we're going to go into the envy situation, right? Because this is Cinderella. This is the reason why Cinderella does what she does to get her money. All right, whether she does it on a good tip or she does it on a bad tip. Now we already know, sisters, it's tempting in some sort of way. It's tempting the lifestyle to be whatever you want to be. It's always tempting in some sort of way. So we want you to be a real Cinderella, and with a sense of honor. You know what I mean? Real talk. We want you to be a real Cinderella. I mean that. And remember, sin is what? An immoral act considered to be a transgression of divine law. So you'll figure out what's divine to you, all right? And what really is worth something to you. All right, so yeah. So let me talk about this one right here. This is another mental histrionic personality disorder. This is a deep one right here. Histrionic personality disorder is defined by the American Psychiatric Association as a personality disorder characterized by a pattern of excessive attention-seeking emotions. Damn. Think about this. Histrionic personality disorder. I'm going to give you a prime example of a histrionic personality disorder. All right. I'm going to give y'all a prime example of a histrionic personality disorder, y'all. All right. And these are people that come in the community, man. And like I said, I have no problem with y'all. It's just the fact that if you got certain traits of these symptoms, don't be afraid to reach out and get help, because sometimes everybody thinks they're sane in their own right, but they don't know, or they don't know that they got certain things going on with them until they get tested. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, you can test yourself and know whether you got certain symptoms or traits of certain disorders. But this one's called histrionic personality disorder, right? And histrionic personality disorder, I'm gonna give you a prime example of somebody that would do a histrionic personality disorder. Let's say if they part of a community, right? And everything is good in the community, but they might say, and just to bring up the question, say, I don't know if I should be here or not. I don't know if I should be here. Because somebody, and it's just they want attention in some sort of way. It's not the fact that, something's wrong. It's the fact that they want to question something to get attention in some sort of way. All right? I'm saying that's called histrionic personality disorder. All right? And this is attention seeking in some sort of way where you want attention. Now, it's other examples of this, whereas though everything is going right, in some sort of way, you just want everything to go wrong. And you just do this to just get attention. Because, when everything is going right, sometimes it's hard for you to get the attention that you want because everything is going too right. All right. So yeah. So that can basically, you know, tune you in to gluttony, man. Gluttony, man. That's another personality trait disorder. You know, this is deep. Gluttony. Cause you sit around and you try to figure out things, man. And you sit around and you just eating and you eating and you eating and you just want to eat too much. You want to eat the wrong things. You want to eat the wrong things. You know? And we talking about food for thought, talking about knowledge here. All right? All right? That's all we talking about. Food for thought and knowledge. Eating the wrong things and eating too much of it. All right? So let's move forward and let's talk about this. Man, I love y'all, man, but this is real. Antisocial personality disorder. We almost done the 7. Y'all. I know y'all like, man, this Lamel is going hard on us today. Yeah, I'm going hard on the fellas and the sisters, man. This is real serious, though. This is people that come in the community, and like I said, if you have these symptoms, don't be shy about it. Just, let's figure it out together. Let's figure it out together so we can have a good community. We can have a good community of people that want to dwell together in happiness. All right? All right? So, yeah. So, antisocial personality disorder so happens to be, is a disorder called ASPD or APD. Is a personality disorder characterized by a long-term pattern of disregard for or violation of the rights of others, a low moral sense of conscience is often apparent, as well as a history of crime, legal problems, and or impulsive or aggressive behavior. This is deep right here, where people can't just learn to follow rules. That's called antisocial personality disorder, where people they can't exist with people because they don't know how to follow rules. That's deep right there. When you say really, yeah, where people they just don't know how to follow rules. It's not the fact that it's something wrong with your society or whatever's going on or whatever. It's the fact that they don't know how to follow rules. Some people don't know how to follow rules because that's an antisocial personality disorder. All right? And it's all I'm saying is, if you have these symptoms, seek help for it. Seek help. And if you know you have these symptoms, seek help for it and don't be shy about it. But antisocial personality disorder or antisocial ASPD or APD is basically, is disregard for violation of the rights of others, a low moral sense of conscience. Yeah, facts. I mean that. No, yeah, this is real talk. No morals. People don't know how to exist together because they don't have a sense of morals whereas though, they can follow rules. So, yeah, guess what that brings out? Wrath. That brings out their wrath in some sort of way. Real talk, it brings out their wrath. You say, really, Lamel? Yeah, it brings out their wrath because, they start getting hating and mad at you for no reason. They get mad at you for no reason. And they got an antisocial personality disorder where they can't follow rules and regulations of a community of people. That just doesn't make sense, man. We got to learn to live with each other, man. If we can't live with each other, we can't do nothing great. We can't, So this is real. So, yeah, it will bring out the wrath of people. It will bring out the wrath, Let's move forward. This one's deep. This one's called persecutory delusion. Persecutory, yeah, persecutory delusion. Pardon, persecutory delusion. Now, you say, really, persecutory delusion? Like, this is crazy. Persecutory delusions. Yeah. I'm talking about people that are just paranoid for no goddamn reason. It's just like, y'all know this in the movement. When y'all got a movement going, y'all say, man, these niggas are just paranoid for reason. They just, tell them why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad. Persecutory delusions, yeah. Or a set of delusional conditions in which the affected persons believe they are being persecuted. All right, specifically, they have been defined as containing two central elements. The individual thinks that harm is occurring or is going to occur. The individual thinks that a perceived persecutor has the intention to cause her harm. So now, people be paranoid for no goddamn reason. They think people trying to harm them for no reason. I'm not, like I said, if you got some problems or something going on with you, I have no problem with you. Just know this. Be willing to get help. Don't be saying, oh man, be cocky with it and not willing to get help. Because the first thing is acceptance. Is if you can accept that you can be better, you will be better. You will be better. So persecutory delusion is a fact. Oh, the man is after me. Oh, the man. Oh, everything is the man. Everything is the goddamn white man or the white devil, or it's just this, or the powers that be, or whatever. Or y'all just going banana boats with this. I'm not down with none of that. We'll figure it out in the long run. All right? But people just delusional of so many things. The cops. All the cops are bad. All the church people are bad. They be like, all church people are bad. All the preachers are bad because, we know. Steady, stop, Steady. I'm talking right now. Take it over there. Take your toys over there, please. You know what I mean? Like, they say every church is bad or everything is whatever because, you know what I'm saying? Because we know it's falsehood in Christianity, or we know it's falsehood in Islam. They pretend everybody is bad in a religion. That's called persecutory delusion. You damn right. Get it right. Get your ass right. All right? I love y'all, but everybody is not bad. Everybody's not after you. For real. And some of that stuff you inflict upon your damn self. Let's move forward, man. Slothfulness. That is straight slothfulness, man. That is so sloth and so sloppy. Get it right, get it tight. Get it right, get it tight. All right, let me I guess I'm gonna talk about one more. This dissociative identity disorder. This is the last one. This is the 7th one I'm gonna talk about. All right, the seven deadly sins. I gave you the 7 deadly sins. All right, this is the last of the 7th deadly sin. All right, which is called dissociative identity disorder. Dissociative identity disorder. Okay, so this dissociative identity disorder is DID. Yeah, DID. Yeah, previously known as multiple personality disorder, is a mental disorder characterized by at least 2 distinct and relatively enduring personality traits. This is accompanied by memory gaps beyond what would be explained by ordinary forgetfulness. These states alternately show in a person's behavior. Presentations, however, are variable. Other conditions which often occur in people with DID include borderline personality disorder, bang, post-traumatic stress disorder for all the pregnant women in the building, all the women that had babies, y'all know what that's about, depression and substance abuse disorders, and self-harm or anxiety. All right, so that's the last of the 7. That's the last of the 7 deadly sins, Cinderella. The last of the seven deadly sins, Cinderellas. Now you can be a sin or a Cinderella. Sin or a Cinderella. Now this is so deep. Yo, Seti, take that over there. Take it over there. Take it over there. Please take it over there. Please. Take the toy over there. My son is having fun. Shout out to all the parents in the building. Alright, look at this. So let me continue on the build. Alright, I'm gonna rebuild the Cinderella. We're gonna rebuild Cinderella up. Because we gave y'all the 7 deadly sins, the Cinderellas, the 7 deadly sin as a Cinderella, but we're gonna give y'all the 7 virtuous sins or Cinderellas. We're going to give y'all the 7 virtuous sins because I gave y'all the 7 deadly Cinderellas. Hopefully y'all stuck around for the build. I know that was kind of a long build in reference to me giving y'all the 7 sins or the 7 deadly Cinderellas, but I had to give y'all that. I had to give y'all all 7 deadly Cinderellas. All right, now I'm going to give y'all the 7 virtuous Cinderellas. Hopefully y'all stick around for the crown. This actually Gary get real. It's Gary Cook. It's Gary Cook on here. All right, so boom, 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 boom. Like it said, Proverbs chapter 9, verse 1. What does it say? It says, wisdom has built her house. Look, she has hewn out 7 pillars. 7 pillars. All right. So wisdom is a woman. Wisdom is a woman, y'all. Y'all said, really? Wisdom is a woman, y'all. Real, so deep. Wisdom is a woman. Let me repeat this. You can go look it up in the Bible. Go look it up in just different scriptures or whatnot. In essence of what wisdom is. In essence, wisdom represents the woman. All right. So this is what's so deep. This is how deep it goes. All right. Shout out to everybody still in the building. This is deep. This is real deep. Shout out to everybody getting this good information right here, man. I mean that. All right. Shout out to Facebook suppressing my views. All right. And shout out to all the haters and all the trolls. But look at this. Like it says right here. It says wisdom has built her house and she has hewn out 7 pillars. All right. So wisdom is likened that unto a woman. She is likened that into a woman. All right. So let me do this. So we're going to give the 7 pillars. Okay? If wisdom has built her house and she has 7 pillars, well, let me discuss the 7 pillars that the woman or wisdom has built her house upon. All right? So this is important. Thank you for everybody giving me a share too. All right? Thank you. Because when I do presentations like this, it suppresses the views sometimes and they want me to pay for this or boost this. All right? Because I'm just doing it from the computer in a certain sort of way. All right? So shout out to everybody. All right? So, yeah. So wisdom, like it says, wisdom has built her house on 7 pillars. On 7 pillars. Okay? And the first pillar would be the principle of mentalism. That's all is mind. The universe is mental. The principle of correspondence. The principle of vibration. The principle of polarity. The principle of rhythm. The principle of cause and effect. And the principle of gender. All right? So, yeah, those are the 7 pillars that wisdom, which is the woman, has built her house upon. That's what she has built her house upon, y'all. Thank you for everybody that gave me a share. Seti, stop. Go over there. Go over there. Go over there. Go ahead. Take it over there. All right. Those are the 7 pillars that she built her wisdom upon. All right. Shout out to all the parents in the building. All right. So we're going to start off with the first pillar. We're going to start off with the first pillar. Hopefully y'all in here stick around to get the crown. Please stick around for the crown. All right? Please stick around for the crown, y'all. I mean that. So we're going to build on the first pillar. If wisdom If Proverbs chapter 9 verse 1, wisdom has built her house, all right, and she has hewn out 7 pillars, well, let's do the 7 pillars, all right? Let's do the 7 pillars that wisdom built her house on, all right? So the first house she built her house on was Mary, and Mary was the mother of a Messiah. She was the mother of a Messiah, okay? Now, whatever Messiah it is, she's the mother of it. All right. So this woman was about she was about the most humble and submissive servants of God mentioned in the Bible. Mary was betrothed or engaged to Joseph. An angel came to Mary, y'all know that, saying that she was highly favored by the universe, and that the ancestors were with her. All right. So yeah, think about this. Yeah, this is Mary. This is the first pillar. This is the first pillar that wisdom built her house on. You see that? It says that she was highly favored by the universe or by God, and that that the ancestors were with her. That the ancestors were with her. All right? Okay, that's the first pillar. She was favored, being favored by God. All right, that was the first pillar that wisdom built her house upon. Is the being favored by God. All right? Shout out to everybody. All the women, all the sister soldiers in the building. All right? Now, let's talk about the next pillar that wisdom built her house upon. Hopefully y'all get that, because we're going to give y'all a necklace. This is Revelation chapter 15 verse 2. All right, this the necklace and the slipper, because y'all know in the mathematics in the codex 15 so happens to be the necklace, and 2 so happens to represents the woman or the slipper. Hey, what's up, Miss Sabrina? Shout out to everybody coming in the building. All right, so yeah. So the next pillar that wisdom built her house upon, was Ruth. All right? She built her house upon Ruth, y'all. Really? Yeah. She was a Moabite, right? Right? Look, Ruth is another example of being humble, a woman of God. All right? Humble, a woman of God. Okay? Now this is deep. Now, remember, Mary was favored by God. But Ruth was humble. She was an example of being a humble woman of God. All right. This is the wisdom that she built her house upon. The 7 pillars that wisdom built her house upon. All right. So this is deep. This goes so deep about it, because if Ruth, look, it says this. Ruth is another example of a humble woman of God. She is a type of all those who had been separated from God but received by God by grace alone. Boaz, whom she would later marry, was symbolic of the Messiah who receives us, even though we are most certainly not worthy. You already know, for all the low down people. But by grace and by humility, that's what Ruth represents. That's what she represents as the second pillar, as humility, as well as favor, as the favor of God. All right. So let's move forward. Let's move forward to another pillar, the third pillar, that this house is built upon. Let's talk about the third pillar. All right, which would be Queen Esther. Take that over there. Go ahead. Take the toys out. Take the toys out. Go ahead. You bugging. Shout out to all the parents. My son is going crazy. He going crazy banana boats in the background. He going crazy banana boats in the background. But let's talk about Queen Esther, man. All right. Yo, take that over there. Go ahead. Take it over there. Take it over there. Serious. Go ahead. Take it over there. All right. So let's talk about Queen Esther, right? So Queen Esther, Esther is another sterling example of faith, all right, but also one of courage. Listen, message. Faith, also one of courage, all right. Message, all right. So yeah, this goes deep. This goes heavy because if you think about it, if you think about it, if you think about this, right? You know, Esther is another sterling example of faith, but also one of courage. She was the queen. She was the queen to King Ahasuerus. Ahasuerus. I gotta get his name. I can't say that name right. But because the king loved Esther more than any other woman, Esther, which is 227, when the nation of Israel was in jeopardy or being wiped out. And this is another 313, and this is another 313 or 131 in reference to Queen Esther. So she represented faith and courage, in reference to a pillar that a woman is, that the house is built upon. The 7 pillars. So we then got 1, which is Mary, 2, Ruth. We got 3, Queen Esther. Yeah. Now let's go to Priscilla, man. Let's talk about Priscilla. All right. This is deep too. Let's talk about Priscilla for all the sisters in here, man. Let's talk about Priscilla, man. Wife of Aquila, man. Now, was a pillar of the early church in Jerusalem. Aquila and Priscilla were both tent makers, as was Paul. All right. This is in Acts chapter 18, verse 1 to 3. All right. And went on a missionary trip. Now, you know what Priscilla represents? I'm going to tell you what Priscilla represents. She stuck by her man. Now, remember, this was an early church. It was nothing. You got to think about it. Back in the day, Paul is going hard, right? You got to think about it. Paul going hard, whether you believe this story or not, right? Let's say the story existed, right? And as principle, take this, right? So they was just building something, and Aquila was a friend of Paul. So more or less, Priscilla had to stick by Aquila, and they had to build tents. They had to they had to move with the church. They had to move. And that took strength, man. That took strength, being able to move. And that was faith. She showed faith, man. And something that was building from the bottom to the top. She saw the vision. She saw, Paul's vision. For what it's worth, she was able to see that vision. So think what type of, that's a woman of God right there. That's who she was. Priscilla, she's a woman of God. How many women are women of God? Where you see God. Even if it's a dim situation, people are still able to see God in you. All right, so that was Priscilla, a tent maker, a literal tent maker. All right, yeah. So yeah, let's go. Let's continue on. The 7 pillars now. We building on the 7 pillars. Wisdom, this is Proverbs chapter 9. Wisdom built her house on 7 pillars. Okay, so let's talk about another one. Elizabeth, mother of Messiah, John the Baptist. John the Baptist was a Messiah. All right, he was a Messiah. Whether people know it or they don't know it, John the Baptist was actually a Messiah. All right, so it says Elizabeth names means God's promise, or really, it's really the house, God's house. That's what it really is, because it's Elizabeth, Elizabeth, all right, which is actually God's house also. Or God is generous, and this woman must have been highly respected. Think about it. She was the mother of a Messiah, as well as Mary was the mother of a Messiah. Now, y'all big up Mary a lot, but y'all don't big up Elizabeth. That's a trip right there. That got to be a trip because everybody big up Mary so much, but they don't big up Elizabeth, how she was a consecrated woman of the universe or of God, representing in principle alone. All right, so yeah, that's deep. That's real deep. Catch it. So yeah, she was the mother of a Messiah, which you call John the Baptist. John the Baptist had to live on the run, and John the Baptist, he died for Jesus before you consider Jesus to die for humanity. Even though, we can go on a discussion in reference to that story being real or not real. All right, but just reading it in context of the story, you'll see that John the Baptist died for the Messiah before the Messiah was able to allegedly die for humanity. All right, so yeah, it goes deep. So what does it say about Elizabeth? What does it say about Elizabeth? This is so deep. It says something deep because she's the house of El. All right, the house of El, Elizabeth. All right, that's my grandmom's name also, Elizabeth. All right, so the Messiah said of John, among those born of women, there has risen no one greater than John the Baptist. All right, and that's a 1-for-1 right there, as you know, in Matthew chapter 11, verse 11. All ones for one, all for one, all ones are for one, for oneness. All right. So yeah, so let's talk about Mary Magdalene. All right, this is another pillar, right? This is another pillar, right? This is the sixth pillar, which is Mary Magdalene. All right. We'll talk about the sixth pillar that wisdom built her house on, which is Mary Magdalene. All right. So you're going to say, why Mary Magdalene, Lamel? Because Mary Magdalene was a prominent wife, disciple, and follower of the Messiah. All right. So she was not only, a client, she was the president, meaning that she was, the Messiah. She was that was her husband. For y'all that don't know that, Mary Magdalene, that was the wife of the Messiah. All right. But that was also his greatest disciple. That was his greatest disciple, his wife. All right. And his greatest follower. All right. And this was so deep to the point where his alleged crucifixion, that Mary Magdalene was willing to go there. She was willing to go where they didn't even go. You know what I'm saying? And she recognized the Messiah when the disciples didn't even recognize the Messiah. Because remember, he was walking next to the disciples and they didn't even know that was him. And this is what's so deep. You can show people, this is what's so deep. For the Cinderellas in here, you can show people miracles. You can show them the glass slipper in a certain sort of way to walk the path. And you can show them everything. They will still deny you 3 times. They will still deny you 3 times. All right. But Mary Magdalene did not deny the Messiah. She did not deny the Messiah. And she was able to recognize the Messiah no matter in death and life. She was able to recognize the Messiah. So yeah, that goes deep. That goes so deep. That goes really deep. You know what I mean? But she was not only, the Messiah's disciple, but she was his wife, confident wife and follower. All right. So yeah, she was a virtuous woman. So think about that as a follower, being meek, knowing how to be a student. I don't know how y'all gonna figure that one out, ladies. Because you gotta find somebody worthy of that. But each one teach one. All right, each one teach one. All right. So yeah. So now let's continue to build. So now we'll talk about another sister that I really like. Another sister, we build in this house on 7 principles. Well, we're going to talk about bravery. We're going to talk about a sister that's brave, Miss Rahab. Miss Rahab is brave. She's brave as they come. Rahab may have been as brave as Esther. You remember Esther? was courage. She had courage. She was noble. She had courage. Esther, Sister Esther. Y'all remember that? All right. Y'all remember Sister Esther, right? Sister Esther had faith and courage. Y'all remember that? All right. So Sister Rohab, she actually was brave too. She showed bravery. Why is that? And courage. Because she risked her life basically to hide the spies that was sent into Jericho by Joshua. All right. And that's in Joshua 2:6. She hid these dudes when all her life, man, like where they would kill her. So how brave that gotta be. People that she didn't even know like that. People that she just had to figure if these people are of God. She had to move with her heart. So how brave is that? How brave is that? So yeah, Sister Rohab, which is the seventh principle, bravery. All right. So these are the seven Cinderellas. These are the seven Cinderellas, which go against the seven deadly sins, Cinderellas, or what Cinderella do to get the buck or to get the money. All right. So the Cinderella story, it goes back to, we already know, it go back to China. To keep it real, it goes back to China. It was it's just like an archetype. I can't even say it goes back to China. It goes back to anybody owns that story. Nobody owns the Cinderella story. All right, it's told in like the Cinderella story is like a Jesus story. It's told everywhere. All right, it's told everywhere. That Cinderella story is the same as a Jesus story. It's the same Jesus story. It's just an effeminate aspect. All right, that's why I'm trying to tell y'all in reference to Cinderella is the female Messiah. All right, it's the female Messiah. It's in essence the heroine, or in essence to what a heroine is. All right, so yeah, the Cinderella. All right, so yeah, let's continue. I'm almost done the build. Yeah. So what else I gotta say? So Revelation chapter 4-6, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, gods and goddesses, kings and queens, emperors and empresses. Revelation chapter 4-6, it says, and before the throne there was a sea of glass like unto a crystal. These are your glass slippers, honey. Put them on. All right. And around about the throne there were four beasts full of eyes, all eyes on me and behind. All right. Before and behind. Okay, so one thing I gotta tell y'all sisters about this in Revelation, in essence to Revelation 4-6, yo, it is a throne waiting for y'all. It's a throne waiting for y'all to connect. Thank you, Sister Akshita, in a watch party, filling a watch party up with the comments that's needed. All right, yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, sister. Yeah, look at this. So, yeah, Revelation 4-6, you already know 4 represents the throne or successful outcome. You know that. And 6 represents the gift and the curse. Y'all know that too. So, yeah, this is talking about your glass slipper. Cinderella. It's talking about your glass slipper. Whether you want to put it on or not. All right. Now, you already know the 4 beasts are the same thing as if you go, this is Revelation chapter 4, it talks about the Messiah. Revelation chapter 4 talks about the throne of the Messiah. Now, this is talk about the throne of the female Messiah. All right, in essence to that. So now I'm going to give it to y'all. The way we going to give it. We going to spark it up. So, sin is another name for Sin, which is a deity of, Saudi Arabia, but it was Ishtar. Sin was Ish. Sin was another name for Ishtar or Nana. All right. Like the ill Nana. For real. But Ishtar or Isis, sin or the center. That's what it represented in essence to what Cinderella was or is. It represents the sin or the center. All right, as the woman being the center, the throne, but it was in connection to Isis, how she came to the throne. All right, but she came to the throne by virtuous principles and not by the 7 deadly sins, ladies. She didn't come to the throne through the 7 deadly sins. She didn't become a Cinderella. She didn't become a Cinderella through the 7 deadly sins. You know, she became, she didn't become a Cinderella through the 7 deadly sins. She became a Cinderella, she became a Cinderella through the virtuous principles, man. Through the virtuous principles, not sin. It's either sin or Cinderella. And now a sin is what? A sin is let me bring that back up. Yeah, a sin is, here it is. Bang. A sin is an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. Yeah. So, Isis was the real Nana. That was the real Nana right there. Isis was the real Nana. If you want to be real about it, Isis was the center. Or if you want to say Set, or Ishtar, yeah, she was the real center. All right, she was the real Nana. She was the real Nana. All right, even though Foxy Brown is in the image of Isis. To be honest, Foxy Brown is in the image of Isis. She is in the image and likeness of Isis. I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that. Sin, the real Nana. But sin represented the center. It represented the center of the universe. It represented the center of the universe. That's what the sin was. That's why Isis represents the throne. The throne. This is all algorithm. You say, man, these words don't match, Lamel. Well, I can do mathematics with letters too and put all the dots together. All right, shout out to the people that came in the building. 747-24/7, 361 degrees. Whoa. Definitely a good build. Let's go, man. Shout out to all the people that came in. Let's bump out a little bit. Let me read the comments. What up? This is what makes life unfold into the most mind-blowing, deepest, realest, beautiful purpose worth living. You are so on point, Lamel. Thank you for the comment, Miss Heidi Hayton. Come on, y'all. Bump out with me. Shout out to the ill Nana. Shout out to the real ill Nana. Shout out to you if you came in the building for this late night build. Shout out to Facebook suppressing the views. I'm about to go back to YouTube. I know I'm trying to get new people, but I'm really about to go back to YouTube. I love y'all though. It is what it is. Yo, man. Shout out to the ill Nana. Shout out to Sin, the real Cinderella. Shout out to the real Cinderella on the come up. Shout out to everybody. Come on, Seti, say something to the people. You saying everything, go ahead. Say something to the people. Say something, no, right there. You gotta say it right there. Say happy birthday to somebody.
Happy
Say happy birthday. Say happy birthday. Somebody say happy birthday. He a sucker, man. He a sucker. Yeah, YouTube is better. Even though I get all the hearts and stuff here, but it is what it is. Yo, the Messiah Code. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the Messiah Code, man. And put the notification bell. Push the notification bell. For real. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the Messiah Code, man. Real talk. I gotta get me some new headphones. I broke my headphones. They all taped up. Y'all see it. But subscribe to the Messiah Code, man. Subscribe to the Messiah Code on YouTube. That's easy. The Messiah Code. Alright? Real talk. Because I'm gonna start being on YouTube again. I'm gonna just start being on YouTube heavy. I just been on Facebook because I've been wanting to reach out to some new good people. You know he always acting shy. He making all that noise in the background, but I put him in the camera. He wanna act shy. So yeah, I'm gonna get off the live feed. I'm gonna end this with this one.
Lazarus, yeah. A rush on the beat. Check it. Ah. A couple seconds to blow. I'm a ticking bomb. I got this pen in my palm, like I'll be right.
Shout out to the people.
Computer, I'm hoping you process the data. I was putting in work. Focus on getting this weight up. I hustle strong. Yeah, you can feel the force. I upgraded the Terminator. No armor source. I work my cheddar up. Chick said I weather up. You know where it's in it. I'm getting money, but it ain't enough. Never stop. I'm on my grind. I'm headed to the top and it ain't no lie. I keep on shining, they wonder why. I'm on the time like a 9 to 5. In this society, never perpetrated a menace. I was taking all these losses, just waiting to win it. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I hit the block, they be knowing I'm winning. I'm in a safe, Lord knows that I'm winning. I'm at the ball spending money and winning. I threw the deuces on them whippers, I'm winning. I'm winning, cracking the safe, then grinning.